And we are live. Good morning from Action Norwood for our first head-to-head qualifier of the season. I am Nate Brosey, manning the live stream for you today and handling the commentary. I'll also be doing some line managing duties and other things that involve in running the comp. So my commentary falls off at any point. I apologize. We're wearing many hats today. We've got a great course for you today, designed by our head coach, Nolan, who is sitting here right next to me. As you can see, we've got a lot of ground to cover today. This is a big course with two runners at the same time. They'll be covering almost the entire gym. As we go throughout the day, and see the athletes go through, we'll try to get you a little bit better coverage on the cameras. We are unfortunately a person down today. We had a great follow cam set up for you that we will hopefully have in some later waves, but we just needed to pull somebody in who wasn't expecting to work on a Saturday. So once we can get that going for you, then we'll get a lot better coverage. But for now, we've got our two cameras here, as you guys can see. 10 obstacles, a minute 45 for these kids. To give you an idea of the format, it is a double elimination tournament today. We've got both boys and girls running at the same time. We'll do probably two boys runs, then we'll mix the girls in there, and if I can find some time to put together a graphic for you that I can pull up the bracket, you'll be able to see that. We have it on the screens here. All the competitors can see where they stand. It's looking real Karate Kid style in here with their names up on the screens.
Make sure, I'll make an announcement, they have to stay on the outside. They're not allowed in the center. Yeah, that's what I told him. Yeah.
Just getting some last minute coordination from our judges here. Coach Avery has a question. Yes. Okay, judges just getting some last minute NinjaWorks coordination there to make sure they got it going. Big shout out to NinjaWorks for designing the system to even be able to time these athletes and do this properly. It's going to be better if you're on the headset. So we're pretty fancy here at Action Athletics with our tech, and we have headsets, as you can probably see on all of our course judges and everybody else, and I thought I'd be able to manage talking to the internet while listening to them, but that is confusing. So it looks like Coach Nolan's just making sure his headset is good. And we're going to get our first runner here shortly.
I can hear him. All right, let's do it.
Yeah, there he goes. Now he's got it. Okay.
Who's announcing getting started?
So we'll see how our coverage goes here. We're doing our best to capture all the angles, but like I said, this is a huge course with two runners, and we're a person down. So I'll do my best to call the action for you. But as I was saying before, it's a double elimination tournament, so that means the way double elimination works, so competitors are all guaranteed at least two runs. If they lose their first match, they'll move into the losers bracket, and where they'll have a second run. As long as they continue to win in that losers bracket, they can work their way back into the tournament and still get a shot at winning this thing today. So it'll be interesting to see how that all pans out. But yeah, we're getting ready to start with our first runners here in just a second. We got one athlete at the start line, and we're waiting on our second. It's going to be Grayson and Lavi are up first. Looks like Lavi's coming to us all the way up from Steel City Ninjas.
Lobby?
I think.
Norwood kid.
Oh, actually, Norwood. Sorry. I saw the person standing by the front line. Oh, there he is. He's on the start line. I missed him. Okay, just getting some clarification there on how our ghost runs work. So, with the way the bracket system is set up, to keep it fair for all the athletes, we want to make sure that everybody gets equal time on the course and nobody has too much of an advantage as they're going into the next round. So, that's all for us to worry about over here. You guys just worry about watching the action.
All right.
All
Lobby
right.
and Grayson.
Here we go. So now our first two runners, Lobby and Grayson, are ready to hit the course. All right, looks like everybody's locked and loaded for our exciting action head-to-head. And away we go. Two athletes making their way through the course, jumping up on these trapeze bars. Looks like Lavi's a little bit ahead of Grayson at this point, but they're taking their time to get their swings going. Makes his way out to the ring. Grayson staticking his way through the rings. He's making up time. Lavi's taking a lot of setup swings here, and he can't see it because it's behind him, but Grayson completes that obstacle first. Now they're making their way up to the truss. Lavi brachiating his way through. Pull back, and they got to stick the dismount. Grayson still slightly ahead as they make their way into the balance. Oh, Lavi's got to come back. One misstep on the balance there. Quick reset, and off he goes. Grayson expanding his lead now. Lavi's got to make up some time here. Coach Pardo spurring him on, trying to get him onto those obstacles as quickly as he can as Grayson slides down those spinning discs. Getting a little hung up on that last spinning disc as Lavi makes a comeback here, but Grayson gets the dismount. Oh, now Lavi's got himself turned around. He's going to have to spin, set his hips. There he goes. Now he's got it as Grayson climbs the truss. And up onto the rings. Here we go. The little ring traverse up and down with a swing. Grayson still slightly ahead. Pulls back. Oh, Grayson misses that last one. He's got to go back to the start. If Lavi can get this, what a comeback. He makes his way down the bar. They're running out of time. It's a tight course. And they both time out. Just didn't quite have enough gas to get it done.
All right, so now
But the win goes to Lavi for completing that last obstacle.
do I just press exit and then go to number 2? Like press the X here
Yeah.
and then just activate this one?
Yep. All right. Next up, we have Penn and Reed.
So I just loaded the next ones in, but I don't know how to.
All right. Next up, as we get all of our tech sorted out here, we've got Reed and Penn. So with a 1:45 time limit, these ninjas need to be on the gas. They're getting sorted out on which course they're on. Penn's got himself now over to the blue course. Reed getting some last-minute tips from Coach Pardo, and looks like Penn getting sidelined over here by Coach Josh. And away we go. All locations of action represented today with our coaches. Coach Pardo from down in Boston, Coach Josh from Wellesley. We've got Coach Nolan here, the head man in Norwood. You can hear Reed's teammates cheering him on. It's a big part of what we like to do here at Action. We are big on the positivity and the cheering for the teammates. That energy definitely helps you move faster, jump higher, complete more obstacles than you otherwise could. Oh, Reed comes a little bit short on the dismount there. There, now he's got it. Good job, Reed. Looks like Penn is lining up this trapeze to the ring on the backside. That's going to be a fail for him over there. Reed trying to figure out where to go. This course winding its way through the gym. Reed has excellent hip control. Look at him brachiate his way through those discs. It's like once he knows where he's going, he'll get there quickly. Big dismount here. Woo! Throws himself right into the truss. Penn over on the balance. I believe Penn may have double failed. Yeah, Penn double failed on his first obstacles. Only about 15 seconds left to go here. So Penn's just on a fun run right now while Reed is trying to get himself through this obstacle. Nice. What a move. Wow. Reed. That was exciting. Man, Reed is – this kid has got it together, I got to say. That was well earned. I'm looking forward to seeing him in the second round. All right, now we're going to move over to the lady. Oh, no, we're going to run JD.
2 Action Norwood kids.
Okay. It's Action Norwood versus Action Norwood in this next round. JD and Thomas. Looks like JD's at the start line. Thomas is somewhere. Probably sitting up on top of the box in the parkour area. All right, Thomas made his way over to the start line now. And JD is looking raring to go. All right, slight delay here. It looks like the coaches want to make a small improvement to our boxes. We want to make the landing platforms a little bit more stable. These kids are coming in hot. We don't want things sliding out on them. We want to make sure everybody gets a fair shot. So Coach Avery is procuring some stabilizing items. You can see him running onto the course right there. And Coach Zay's found some grip tape. It's always exciting in the early morning hours of a WNL. Like these first few runs, you spend all this time planning, making sure everything, is supposed to go according to plan, and then there's always just a few little curveballs in there. But we tend to find our groove throughout the weekend, so things will pick up here more quickly. And away we go. Action Norwood versus Action Norwood. We've got Thomas and JD. Looks like Thomas out to a little bit of a lead here. Statics through those rings. JD going more dynamic with it, but Statics the second one. Carries his hips through, and JD making up some time on those. JD brachiating his way through. Now he's onto the balance. Thomas a little bit behind here. But he's a little bit taller than JD. He may be able to make up some time on these lower body obstacles. Oh, but he takes a short spill on the quad step. Nope, got to figure out where he's going. Knowledge and course management. JD in the spin cycle on the far side there with the spinning discs. Now Thomas has a small advantage. He can see what JD's doing. Now JD's coming back, so he can see where Thomas is at. Thomas getting into the spin cycle himself as JD tries to figure out this big ring drop. He's searching for it. He's got it. And he's through. He's about an obstacle ahead of Thomas right now as he comes around the corner. Comes back up the truss to the cliff board. There we go. Thomas just finishing this. But again, JD about to finish. On to the last obstacle. No, sorry, not the last obstacle, JD. Oh, the spinning log. JD with his first miss. Oh, a double miss. So with less than 10 seconds left, if Thomas can get on his horse and get through this balance obstacle, he could still take this 2-1. Oh, just gets hung up on the moon rock. So close, so close. So this is head-to-head. We've got to be
I can just switch to that.
moving this racing format. Yeah, it's a tight time limit. And you're being pressed by the other athlete.
Should we move her?
Okay, and we're back. Little confusion there. We had an athlete who was in the mature kids division who signed up for this division because their age cut off. Anyway, ended up in the female bracket. Shouldn't have been there. So quick Ninja Works fix, and we're all good. But just to keep the action rolling here, we're going to go with Luke and... let me pull it. There we go. Luke and Charlie. So Charlie representing Action Norwood and Luke representing Action Wellesley. These kids can fly. Oh, man. Charlie almost missed that grab there. He was lucky he held on. There he goes. Now he's got the dynamic throw to it. Luke is eyeing it up. He makes the static. He's Charlie is out in front. Ooh. Luke with a hard fall there, but did complete the obstacle. Crossed the plane. Even though he landed on his bum, he's still moving. He's a tough little guy. Now he's going to... Ooh. No. Ooh, Coach Avery gave him the clear. He kept it moving forward. Incidental contact, no big deal there. Luke is about an obstacle behind right now. Charlie's making his way through the rings. Good throw there. Luke's trying to sort himself out on the spin cycle over here. Got to get his hips going in the right direction. Coach Josh trying to get him coached forward. Oh, his circle hips are holding him up. Meanwhile, Charlie is making his way through the cliff boards, just gaining ground. Spurred on by Coach Pardo. But they're both running out of time here. Gotta make... Here we go. Now Charlie makes his way over to the bounce. He would be the first competitor. Ah, I just ran out of time. Would have been the first person through it, but the win goes to Charlie.
All right, so ghost runs are up next. Willem wants to do ghost runs, and then once the ghost runs are done, we'll run females.
Okay, cool. So we got some ghost runs coming up here. With the way the bracket works out, just so everybody gets equal time on the course, these runs will not count because these will be the runners that are headed into round 2. But because all of the runners who just went had one run on the course, the athletes who have a bye into the second round get an extra shot here. All right, let's see. Well, there you can get a little better look. Let me see if I can pull my cameras up here. I'll tell you what, just so that you guys can get a better idea of the bracket, I'm going to set up an overlay for you here so you can see what's happening. Close that. There we go. On my end. So there's only so many multitasks I can do. Setting up that while I'm trying to talk to you and keep you entertained with my sultry baritone voice is probably not the best way. So I'm going to leave this guy up here, get those overlays going, and once these ghost runs are done, I will check back with you, and we will call the live runs. And with that, okay, I managed to get back here. We just had our first finisher in a non-ghost run of the day. And we're back up here with Charlie and Achille. I hope I'm not butchering that name. Achille. Either way. Always happy to have our Canadian friends come down here and see us for competitions. They definitely bring the heat. I know that's been something they've been focusing on. Those Canadian gyms trying to come down where the action happens a little bit faster just to get their athletes used to moving faster. That was some feedback that we had heard at previous WNLs was the reason why they like to come down stateside is just to get themselves ready for Worlds, to just feel the pace at which these athletes have to move. And clearly it's shown. So it looks like our Canadian competitor is slightly ahead of the hometown kid, Charlie. But Charlie put a big move there on the end of that bar. He is only about 2 moves behind right now. And as we head down here to the end, you can just kind of see his shadow going down through that spinning log. Now he's got 1 fail on the spinning log. Needs to make this one. And gets it. We could have our second finisher of the day as Charlie bows out. Let me see if I can get you switched over here too. Oh, that's a bad angle. And we got it. A finisher as Charlie just taps out on that last one there. So that's going to put us. There we go. And as that finishes up, all right, it's going to be.
So now we drop down to Cora versus this one.
It's going to be Canadian on Canadian in round 16 coming up, but we're going to head back over to the girls bracket.
Yes,
We've got Cora and Eliza. Eliza.
I think it's Eliza.
Eliza. Okay. So the winner of this one will head into the championship match against Abby.
Thank you, Dave. We have Cora on blue, Eliza on red.
All right. Cora and Eliza.
You want to make the announcement? Cora on blue. She's ready. Okay, there she is. No, she's not. She's over.
All right. We're getting Cora over to her start line for her matchup against Eliza.
She's lined up. Yeah. Okay.
So we're ready to go. And with only 3 girls in the field, this one will be essentially to find out who's in 3rd place and then who will be heading to the next round to hopefully secure a win out of the losers bracket. But here we go. Both girls are off. And headed down the lane. Eliza taking a few extra swings here as Cora just sends it from the 3rd row. Takes a second to get an eye on her competitor as Eliza heads back up. Yep, Cora making her way through the agility section right over. She knows exactly where she's going, not losing any time in between the obstacles. She's going to try to brachiate her way through all of these spinners as Eliza goes down a second time on the trapeze to the rings. A newcomer to ninja competition. Eliza's definitely getting some valuable experience here today. Oop, just missed her setup swing there at the end. While Cora tries to sort herself out on the spinning disc, let's take you over to there. We get a good shot of that. She is in the spin cycle now. Just whoop-a-doop-a-doop. Around she goes. Oh, there she gets figured out. Keep those hips moving forward and back. Oh, just can't quite keep it in the pocket. She's going to come back and try it again. She's got 25 seconds left on the clock here. As I try to pull triple duty here and manage my way through your overlays, we'll try to get you the timer overlay working here for the later wave. It works a little bit different in head-to-head. The widgets aren't quite the same, so we're having a little URL trouble, but we'll work our way through it. And that'll do it for Cora as she heads into the championship round.
Next up is Will on blue and Luke on red.
And now we're going to head into the losers bracket for the boys. And that's going to be Will and Luke. So this will be the first of 4 matches to work through the losers bracket here. So this will be matches 9 through 12.
Thank you.
And
Will is on blue. Will on blue, Luke on red.
all right, Luke's going to make his way over to the red start platform. And Will is ready on the blue. And away they go. So Luke Kelly, up until recently, a member of our pre-team in Wellesley. He just started competing this year, member of the JV team. Oh, down he goes for the Wellesley team. But he loves to compete. He's done quite a few WNLs this year, but he's still learning the sport. Meanwhile, Will out to a pretty commanding lead at this point. If I can get you back to the split screen here. Oh, no, you can see Will right there. There he is. Oh, Luke goes down a second time on the second obstacle. Meanwhile, Will, get a good shot of him there, making his way up the truss. Woo! A little spin-roo as he makes his way down this big ring drop. Little throw to the end. And off he goes. Now back up across the cliff boards. All right, and Will's got to make his way through. And Will with the finish.
No, where is there?
My microphone was not even on.
Sorry,
I
yes,
was telling you
Reed
guys
on blue, Thomas
all
on
the
red.
things that were happening there. Reed and Thomas into our next round here. And away we go. 2 more Action Norwood athletes. Thomas on the red course and Reed on the blue course. Thomas using his reach to his advantage as he makes his way through that first section. Thomas is off and running as Reed makes his way into the agility section. Thomas is already out onto the big ring swing and into the spinners. Oh, he's bypassing the first spinner. Gets to that second one. Reed just now starting on the spinners as Thomas is trying to sort out his swing, and he gets it. Reed goes for a spin here. Oh, Reed just peels off on that last spinner. Couldn't quite get his hips sorted out. While Thomas is almost through the ring up and over. Now he's moving on to the cliff boards. Reed's still struggling to get through the spinning disc at the end. He just can't quite figure out how to keep his hips in line. With 10 seconds left, it doesn't look like we're going to get a finish here. And Reed is down as Thomas tries to finish. And there it is at the end. Oh, and Reed is hurting.
Nolan.
I think more disappointment than anything. Hopefully it's not anything too physical. Dad's got him.
Nolan, can you hear me? Do we want to go on with match 11 and 12 for guys or go back to the girls? This could be the last matchup for the girls unless Cora beats her.
All right. I'm just determining which matchup we're going to go with here.
Cora versus Abby, and it could be the last matchup. If Abby beats her, then Abby wins. Yes, I believe so.
All right, as we
So
determine,
do you want to have them go now, or do you want to finish the guys' match?
our
11 and 12?
course master is going to determine our next matchup if we're going to go back to the ladies or stick with the boys here in the losers bracket.
Hold on. Let's see what Nolan says.
Stand by.
Okay. All right. Cool. So next up is JD and Penn.
All right, sounds like we're going to stick with the boys here. So this is going to be
Blue, Penn on red.
JD and Penn are going to be up next. They're going to swap courses. Okay, and we are back with Charlie versus Grayson. Charlie just raced a little bit ago in match 8, so he's had about 3 matches off. He's full of energy. Doesn't quite know where he's going, which allows Grayson to get out ahead a bit. But Charlie makes it up, and he's back through the agility section. The speed section right in the middle of the course is a great chance to get out on people. So it looks like you're about 2 obstacles ahead of the competitor in front of you, but if you can navigate your balance with some confidence, you can make up some time very quickly, as Grayson is doing here. You see him coming around the corner there. Charlie about 2 features ahead. He's on his 3rd spinner right now. Oop, goes back. Nice. Very savvy move out of Charlie there. He can't quite get his hips right, though. He's spinning too far to the side. Grayson is lined up, though. Oh, yeah, he was for a second. Just needed to look for that window to get out of that obstacle. The more you stay on him, Charlie just sends it. And Grayson gets the dismount, so that's could be Charlie's undoing here. It's going to be a matter. He's 1 obstacle ahead, so Charlie needs to finish this one and probably get through the next one in 20 seconds if he's going to have a shot at coming back on Grayson here. And he just committed. Whoa, Grayson with a huge save there, but his arms are sideways. He's got to get through this one. So I think Charlie got there first. So he needed to finish that. I think that matchup went to Charlie because he got to that obstacle before Grayson did. But Grayson won. Okay. Maybe I was mistaken. My bad. Yep. Okay. Oh, yeah, because Grayson completed. Yeah. Nope, that's me misspeaking. My apologies. Yes, Grayson got through the next obstacle. It was tight in there. Okay.
All right, next up we have.
So in match 13, we have Thomas and Will. Thomas and Will.
Yep. Mine just cut out. What did I hit? I can't hear them. Okay.
You're back? Okay. Ooh. All right, this is going to be the matchup right here because this can get them 1 step closer to getting back in that winner's bracket. Will has, I believe, 2 or 3 runs under his belt at this point. And this will be his 3rd run. So let's see if he can get this dialed. Thomas as well. It'll also be interesting to see how the rest plays into this as we go through. It's almost like the athletes, with kids this age with so much energy, fatigue probably isn't going to be too much of a factor for them. It's going to be more the experience that they get, even coming up through the loser's bracket. They get a few more runs. They can really help to get this thing dialed. So it's kind of, a double-edged sword. You're 1 step from elimination if you lose your loser's bracket round, but you get more runs on the course, so that could definitely benefit you in the long run. You hear the crowd chanting for Thomas, but he's got to move because Will is 1 ahead and just about to finish. Yes, he just finished that obstacle. Will's looking to complete here. If he can get through this balance, makes it look easy. He's on to the final obstacle. Oh, and you guys can't see any of this because I still have the bracket up. Oh, my God. I'm doing too many things today. And there's a finish from Will. Nicely done. Okay. And Thomas's run finishes up there. He just couldn't make it through the balance, but Will moves on. So we'll see how this works out for Will. I believe that's 2 clears for him, if I'm not mistaken. So although he's coming up through the loser's bracket, he's getting more experience under his belt. Yep. Next up, we've got JD and Grayson.
Yeah, I think Avery just dropped that little bit of information over here to Nate. The -1 point.
Yep.
All right, JD red, Grayson blue.
All right, JD and Grayson will be up next. We'll get a course reset here. Looks like everything's ready to go.
Correct.
Okay. Athletes are set. Judges are set. Resetters set. Now Grayson just ran not that long ago. He was in match 12, so there's only one run in between that. JD had 2 matches rest off, so we'll see if that plays into this at all. JD 1 obstacle ahead of Grayson. Coach Josh and Coach Pardo spurring these athletes on. Coach Pardo not taking his foot off the gas with JD. Grayson's got to get his hips sorted out over here. He's in a bit of a spinner on that third one. JD sets his hips back nicely on that. Makes the turn. Comes around the corner. Nice, that tricky little dismount there. Oh, Grayson gets the clear. Coach Sayes gives him the clear. All right, so now he's got to make up some ground. JD is out on the cliff boards already. They're both on the small truss over here as JD tries to make his way through the balance. Oh, just steps off on the balance. Still got 18 seconds. He can finish this. Composes himself. Oh, and just fails on the balance. But I think that's going to be enough to do it. Grayson is still on the cliff boards. So, yeah, JD's just going to get some run out here. All right. And as they finish up, that's going to move JD into. And now we're back up into the winner's bracket here. We've got Lavi and Chase. So the loser of this round will move down into the loser's bracket and face JD. And then the loser of the next one will move down and face Will. The winner will move on and be 2 rounds away from a victory. All right, and off we go. Lavi and Chase. Norwood on Norwood. You can see them both there. Chase in the foreground, Lavi in the background as they're both on the bar. 2 coaches and judges just standing right in front of the camera, so you can't really see too much, but all right, as they both make their way over to the smaller truss, you can see Lavi maybe slightly ahead. Nope, Chase has got it to the 3rd spinner. They are neck and neck here. This is, there he goes. Chase climbs the truss. Lavi gets the dismount. All right, he's going to come up to the truss too. Let's see if he can put a move on these rings. Chase turning his hips, trying to find it. Good, sets him back. Oh, just misses the grab. Lavi's got an opportunity here. Lavi's got an opportunity here. He looks like he's putting a little bit of a better move on the bar. He creeps out ahead. Chase has still got it going backwards and forwards. Climbing the truss at the same time. These guys are, they couldn't be closer. I mean, they're literally move for move. This is going to come down to just probably the balance. It's going to come down to the balance. Oh, they've got to get through it. Looks like Lavi takes a spill on the Moonrock. He's got to go back, chase the double fail. Who hit the buzzer?
No one did. I think someone failed out. Maybe. No?
All right, so we got that right. Chase won that last one, and now here we are back on. Oh, sorry, now I get my camera switched here. Oh, now you can see him coming around the corner. Whew. Wearing too many hats today. All right, we've got our Canadian on Canadian now. It was Norwood versus Norwood in the last race. These guys are going head-to-head to see who will move on in the winner's bracket and who will bump down to face Will in the next round. Both of these guys won their first races. So they set. Looks like we've got Xavier maybe out in front by a little bit. Oh, wow, puts a move. Oh, yeah. Looks like Xavier's going to walk off. He went to send it to that box and just slipped his feet and then took a gut punch. Meanwhile, Ashley? I will swear I will find out how to pronounce his name as he just completes the course. But to not much celebration because we're all concerned for Xavier. From my vantage point here, it looked like his toes got to the box and then slipped down, and he was just at the right height that his belly hit the side of the box.
Can someone please check in with them, with the family? Zaze, can you walk over there?
And we'll take a timeout here while we tend to Xavier. I don't want to speculate on where he could be hurting right now, but his right on his ribs and his belly area on the side of the box as he dropped down. So we'll take a timeout here while we tend to Xavier, and then we will be back in just a minute with our round 17. All right, Xavier is up and moving, which is a good sign. So let's get you back here to our next matchup, which is going to be Lavi and JD, another Norwood on Norwood matchup. All right, here we go. It is last chance here for JD and Lavi. JD won his last race. Lavi lost his against Chase. So JD coming off a win. We'll see if that plays into this at all. Oh no, JD comes up a little short on that landing, but Lavi's still behind him, so Lavi's got to nail this one. Trying to set his hips and get in the pocket. Lavi gets it. JD really pushing it now. He's on the gas. Left hand first definitely opens you up better for that dismount. I think Lavi might have done right hand first, which means his hips had to come around a little bit more. Lavi first to the truss climb. Teammates cheering them on. They're giving them equal time. Now they're climbing the truss at the exact same time. These guys are neck and neck. JD's keeping it straight down the line. Lavi's going a little bit side to side. We'll see if that comes into play here when they get to the last one. JD shorts, but Lavi brachiates his way, so manages to make up some time. They're going move for move here. JD first off that second cliffboard and sends it, but Lavi gets to the dismount platform. JD composing himself while Lavi just goes straight out into that moon rock. JD over on the final move here, and Lavi couldn't get the balance together, but JD. All right, JD getting a lesson from Coach Nolan there. As the rule is written, the job of the athlete is to depress the buzzer such that it causes the timer to stop. Sometimes athletes think they hit it, but they end up hitting the side. They don't depress it. But regardless, JD still wins the race. He's just a little bit more cautious now with his buzzer presses. And that will eliminate Lavi from the competition. Next up, Xavier and Will. Now, Will has been slowly dialing this in. Yes. We're going to shift over to the girls' wave here just to give Xavier a little bit more time to recover after that hard fall. Wait, I guess not. Xavier is up and ready to go. Okay. So he is a tough kid after taking that hit, but he's got a tall task in front of him now. Will has been dialing in this course and just muscling his way through this loser's bracket. So off they go. Let's see if Xavier can compose himself here. He's got a tall task ahead of him. But he's first out. Will a little bit slower to get. Man, Xavier is just all energy. But Will slightly ahead as they make to the truss climb. Xavier close through these dismount platforms. Oh, little hang up through the speed section. As we move over to the small truss. Woo! Xavier slightly behind. Gets his dismount platform. Will reaching out for the rings. Yeah, it looks like Will has got himself about 3 or 4 moves ahead of Xavier right now. But this next obstacle is where Xavier went down last time. Let's hope he's not gun shy about the dismount, because he is going to need to push it to catch up with Will. Will sets his hips. He's out. Now he's got to get through the balance section. This has been tricky for athletes all day. Second to last obstacle. He is straight through. And Xavier straight through. We're coming down here to the end. He's got to get the hook. Will makes it to the last move and out, and just barely edges out Xavier. If not for that little fall in the agility section, who might have known? That was easily our fastest run of the day between those 2 competitors. 2 finishes. It just came down to time, and Will gets the better of Xavier in that one. So Will be moving on to face JD in round 19. Which should be our next race, but we'll give these athletes a little bit of time in between just to catch their breath.
So Will's up right again against JD.
All right, so right now it's going to be JD and Will, but since they both ran, we're going to give Will a little bit of time to compose himself.
Okay, yeah, we got plenty of time. It's only 11:20 right now. So for this matchup, JD and Will, the next matchup is back to the winner's bracket, Chase and Achilles. And then we will be at not quite.
All right, well, we are back, and Will looks raring to go. He's been staying on that start line. We were going to give him a little bit of rest, but he was like, nope, we're getting right back out there. When you're in the pocket and you're feeling it, just get those laps in. So as soon as the judges get themselves set, we are ready to go. And away they go. Will first to the trapeze bar, hard back kick. JD using the back hitch technique. Will just muscling his way through that fidget spinner, but JD has this dialed too. Will is just not missing any moves here. He's going to give JD everything he could ask for here. Onto the spinner. Will gets it sorted and gets the dismount off of the spinners. Yeah, he is just dialed right now. And JD falls back on the spinners. I think that's going to... All Will has to do is just keep it on cruise control here for the rest of the race, and he should have it. But if he trips up on a dismount or that all-important second-to-last balance obstacle, could be the difference maker here. Because keep in mind, if he fails the same obstacle twice, his run could still end. And JD still has enough time. Oh, yep, he just pitched it off that moon rock. Now he's making sure he's got it. And Will makes it to the end. I think that's probably going to do it here. as he finishes his final obstacle. Sets his hips. In and out. And there is the buzzer for Will. And that's going to move him on. He will face the loser of our next matchup, which is Chase and Achilles, who I was just told his grandparents were watching at home. Big shout out to all the supportive grandparents. We hope to see good runs out of both these athletes, and we certainly appreciate them making the trip down here and giving us some good races.
No, so this is Chase versus Achilles, winner's bracket. Yeah. Let's have
All
them
right.
go, and then
Let's see it up there. We've got Chase and Achilles
here, Nolan, come over here.
as they stand at the start line, ready to go.
Yeah, we only have a few
You
races.
want to do 21, and then we'll do the females.
Yeah, let's get the championship set.
All right, judges thumbs up. Coach Avery.
Good call.
Make
Yeah,
it.
let me go start a playlist again. I'm not wearing this all the way over there.
All right. And away we go. Chase, nope, it's neck and neck. Looked like Chase might have gotten out to an early start. He's about one ring ahead, but Achilles puts a heck of a move on that and pulls through for the dismount. So Chase is going to have to get on the gas here if he wants to catch up to Achilles. Achilles comes around the corner. And up he goes, climbing the truss. Chase having a little bit of trouble in that agility section. Wow, Achilles just skipping that second spinner. Gets the dismount. He is on the gas. So now Chase is a full obstacle behind. So he really needs to make up some time here. And Achilles just has to keep his foot on the gas. Excellent hip swing through. Gets the dismount there. Let's see if he's got enough strength in those arms left to pull up to this last cliff board. Yep. Ooh, almost got the dismount right off there, almost bumped it. Okay, the all-important balance.
Nate.
And Achilles with the victory. That'll bump Chase down into the loser's bracket. And he will have to square off against Will, who has just been on fire here. Okay, we have one more match before our championship round. So it's going to be Will and Chase. So Chase is going to have a tall task in front of him here because Will has been just tearing his way through this loser's bracket all the way up. And JD was a tough one for him as well, and he looked dialed in. So as soon as we get these athletes on the course, we will fire this up. As you start getting into these later rounds, it's important, to give the athletes enough time in between their races to recover, get themselves set. So that's why it's just a little bit more downtime in between the runs.
And then we'll do Cora.
And so if you notice when we pull the bracket up here, you can see their seeding changes each round as they go through. But Will has been the number 1 seed the whole day. So lost his first race against Lavi, but hasn't looked back since. You can see Will there in the foreground over by his start line. And Chase getting some last-minute instruction from Coach Pardo there. Right by that second leg of the truss is where the blue course start is.
I don't think so. Cool.
Okay, thumbs up from the judges. And away we go. Chase versus Will. This is to get into the championship match against Achilles. Will is dialed in, but they hit the platform at almost the same time. These guys are neck and neck. Oh, but Chase took a misstep on the balance. He's got to go back. That's going to give Will a chance to get out on him. Oh, my God, Chase failed the balance twice, which means it's a foregone conclusion that Will is going to be headed to the championship round. So for our boys bracket, oh, geez, I forgot to change the camera. Sorry.
Yeah, he doesn't have to keep going. Yeah, Coach, he doesn't have to keep going. He already won, so.
All right, yeah.
Save up that energy.
Coach getting some energy saving.
Now we're going to do Cora. And
Okay. So that sets the stage. We've got our number 1 seed Will and our number 3 seed Achilles going for the boys here in the next round. And for the girls, we have our championship match, Abby versus Cora. Now, if I believe if Cora wins, then they would go to a 5th match because that would be Abby's first defeat. So that's where you see that 5 there, if necessary. So if Cora wins, they run it back. If Abby wins, it's over. Yep. So a lot of drama here in the girls' wave. You see Coach Pardo switching over to the red course here with Cora. Abby in the background there, right in front of our very bright doors. That makes it a little bit difficult for our cameras to pick it up. A lot of snow here in New England, in case you hadn't heard. And all the white snow out in the parking lot is really killing my cameras. But we're making the best of what we got. All right, Cora out first to the trapeze. Abby gets there. All right, Cora has still not made it to the ring. Takes an extra swing there to see if Abby can link these up, and she does, and now they are neck and neck again. Oh, and Abby and Cora both skip the fidget spinner, go full send through to those pit pillows there. A nice easy landing. Little hitch from Abby to get herself around. Cora's got to go back. She made a misstep on the balance. And now Abby's out to the spinners. But this third spinner has been giving some of these athletes some trouble. They get caught up here. Let's see if, yep, and Abby's a little turned around, but gets her dismount, squats it out, and Cora's straight out. So now they are neck and neck. Abby slightly ahead as Cora makes her way through these rings. Abby sets her hips perfectly through there, just gets a little inside on the truss. Can Cora set it up early? She's got to get off of this quickly. Smooth dismount, but Abby is off on the cliffboard already. Pulls up to the second one. She's about 2 moves ahead of Cora right now. And Abby gets the dismount. She just has the balance and the final obstacle, but this has been tripping people up all day. Oh, Abby misses up on the bounce. So does Cora. But Abby got there first, so if one of them doesn't make this. Oh, and Cora finishes the obstacle first, which means unless Abby finishes, I believe that means Cora wins. And that is it. And with that, we got to run it back. It was so exciting the first time. We got to do it again. We'll give them a chance to rest after that epic back and forth, and we will move over into the boys bracket where we've got Will and Achilles coming up. So exciting. This is really, when you get into these championship rounds. All right, Will and Achilles. So if Will wins, they're going to run it back. Yep, so if Will coming up out of the loser's bracket. If Achilles drops this, they're going to run it back again. But Achilles has looked like a monster all day today, so we'll see how this plays out. They are at the start line, ready to go. And away we go. Will versus Achilles. Will out first on the second obstacle, sets the fidget spinner. Achilles just slightly behind. Will muscling his way through the bar. And now he's opening up a gap to Achilles as he's clean through the balance. Yep, Will's got to set his hips and get out here. Yep, and now he's opening up quite a bit of a gap. Remember, if Will wins this, they run it back again. Achilles now 3/4 to a full obstacle behind. Will's got to get off this dismount, okay. Achilles trying to, oh my God, what a save out of Achilles back there. You can see that in the background, hopefully. But now Will, a full obstacle ahead. He just has to get through this balance. Will makes it, and now it looks like we're going to have 2 run-it-back matches for the championship here as Will hits his buzzer. Hit it again, hit it again. What is happening? Oh my God. Clear it, clear it. Yeah. Just oh my God, I got so caught up in the action I completely missed the buzzer press. Look at that. Oh man, this is why people need directors and commentators and producers. And
Cora on blue, Abby on red.
but we're wearing a lot of hats here today. All right, next up. Okay, we're running back the girls. It is Cora and Abby. Now, if either one of them wins it, that would be first place, but it would be one heck of a comeback story for Cora coming out of that loser's bracket. All right. All right, Coach Avery is checking the course. Cora in the background there is ready as well. And off we go. Cora first out and up onto the truss. She's the first to the trapeze. Abby turns her hips. Now they are swing for swing. Cora first to the ring. And first off the ring. Abby goes full send off of that second ring. Cora sneaks a peek at her. As she comes around. Now she's got to dial in this balance and agility section. Oh, Cora is just on the sprint here. Abby bounding through. Can Cora set her hips here? They're both on that third spinner, and Cora's getting a little turned around. But Abby is on that ring. Cora just cannot get off that last spinner and comes up short on the dismount. Abby is off this ring obstacle, now moving on to the clipboards, and she's now 2 obstacles ahead of Cora. Arms looking a little gassed. There she goes. All right, it's just the balance and then the buzzer to finish. And here it is, Abby coming up to the end. She's got 2 moves here and a buzzer press. Plenty of time, 10 seconds. Sets her hips. Needs to bump out of this. And that's it, Cora with the fail there. So that secures the victory for Abby, who takes home first place today. All right. So next up, we're running it back. It's Will versus Achilles. They've switched courses, so Achilles is on the red course now, and Will be on the blue. I think Will's going to feel the pressure here because Achilles knows he's got to gas it. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah, we're good. Okay. All right. Championship round for the boys. Here we go. It is a rematch. Achilles versus Will. Achilles out quickly, but Will gets to the trapeze first. Will gets off that finish, or fidget spinner. Achilles' family and teammates are spurring him on. They know he's got to push it here. Will is just running reckless there on the backside. He's already onto the second and third spinner. Achilles is going to bump and just bypass the first 2 spinners and then gets the dismount. Will all the way up on the rings. This is where Will really opened up on him last time. He's got these ring moves dialed in. Achilles about 2 rings behind. This may just come down to the balance obstacle, the second to last, if anybody can get through it cleanly, because they are right neck and neck. And Achilles gets the clear. It's balance time. Will goes back. Achilles goes back. Will is through. Achilles failed it. It just came down to the balance. He had to push it. And with that, Will sticks the dismount and climbed all the way back. Our number 1 seed went all through the losers bracket. There we go. And that's going to do it for our kids division. And we will see you guys at 1 o'clock for the mature kids division. I'm going to go move some cameras around and see if we can get a little better coverage there. Maybe try to get you some overlays so we can see the timers and whatnot. And we'll see you back here at 1 o'clock for the 9 and 10-year-olds. Please join us. And this is Nate Brosey signing off for now.